Hello everyone. Ever wondered how the world would be today if the Roman Empire had never existed? A world without the Roman numerals or the Roman architecture that we admire so much? Without the Roman Empire, the face of civilization as we know it would have been strikingly different. The Roman Empire, in its grandeur and might, not only ruled vast territories, but also significantly influenced the world's culture, law, politics, and more, leaving an indelible imprint on the sands of time. This influence is so profound that its echoes reverberate even in the present day, shaping our systems and societies. So, let's embark on a captivating journey through time, peeling back the layers of history, to explore the intriguing narrative of the Roman Empire and its impact on the world. But before we dive in, subscribe to the channel to not miss any intriguing content like this. Get ready for a fascinating journey as we explore the hypothetical what-if of the Roman Empire. Rome, founded by Romulus and Remus in 753 BC, operated as a monarchy. This vibrant city, nestled on the banks of the river Tiber, was born from myth and legend. Its founders, the twin brothers Romulus and Remus, were said to be sons of the war god Mars, raised by a she-wolf. From these humble beginnings, Rome grew under the rule of its kings. The Kingdom of Rome was a period of significant growth and expansion. It was during these early years that the foundations of Roman civilization were laid. The city was carefully planned, with streets, temples, and public buildings built to accommodate a growing population. 7 kings ruled Rome during this time, each adding to its growth and development. The last king, Tarquin the Proud, was known for his tyrannical rule, which ultimately led to his expulsion and the end of the monarchy. This was the beginning of the Roman civilization, a civilization that would go on to shape the world. After ousting the last king, Romans established a republic, sharing power among bodies like the Senate. This marked the beginning of a new era, an era of shared power and democratic decision-making, an era known as the Roman Republic. This was Rome's grand experiment in governance, a bold move away from monarchy towards a more egalitarian system. Power was distributed among different bodies, with the Senate playing a pivotal role. Senators, chosen from Rome's aristocracy, held sway over policy and legislation, marking a shift from the absolute power of kings. The Republic was not just a time of political transformation, it was also a period of expansion and conflict. The Punic Wars, a series of 3 wars fought between Rome and Carthage, became a defining feature of this era. These wars were fierce, brutal, and long, but they ultimately led to Rome's dominance over the Mediterranean. Now, no discussion of the Roman Republic would be complete without mentioning one of history's most iconic figures, Julius Caesar. Initially, he was just one among many in Rome's political landscape, but with time, Caesar's influence and power grew. He was a military genius, a shrewd politician, and an ambitious leader who pushed the boundaries of the Republic's political norms. His crossing of the Rubicon River in 49 BC, defying the Senate's orders, was a pivotal moment that marked the beginning of the end of the Republic. The rise of Caesar signaled the Republic's inherent weaknesses. The concentration of power in the hands of a single man was a stark contrast to the Republic's original ideals. His reign culminated in his assassination in 44 BC, but the seeds of change had been sown. The Republic had been stretched and twisted to its limits, and it would never fully recover. The Republic era marked the rise of Rome as a significant power in the Mediterranean. With its political innovations, military conquests, and the rise and fall of Julius Caesar, the Roman Republic laid the groundwork for the next chapter in Rome's history, the Roman Empire. Julius Caesar's power, post his 44 BC death, sparked civil conflicts, leading to Augustus becoming the first Roman emperor in 27 BC. Now let's delve deeper into this critical transformation. The Roman Republic, a political structure admired for its balance of power, was on the brink of a cataclysm. Julius Caesar, a military genius, had gained immense popularity and influence. But his ambition threatened the Republic's traditions, leading to his assassination in 44 BC, however. The power vacuum left by Caesar's death did not restore the Republic. Instead, it ignited a series of civil wars, culminating in the emergence of Caesar's adopted heir, Octavian, later known as Augustus. His victory over Mark Antony in the Battle of Actium in 31 BC marked the end of the Roman Republic. Augustus cleverly veiled his autocracy under the guise of restoring the Republic, thus establishing the Roman Empire in 27 BC. Thus began the era of the Roman Empire, an era that would last for centuries. Augmented by effective rulers, the Roman Empire enjoyed peace, expanding borders, and fostering cultural and economic development. This era of tranquility and prosperity is known as the Pax Romana, Latin for Roman peace. This golden age commenced in 27 BC, when Augustus, the first Roman emperor, took the reins. His reign, along with the subsequent emperors, ushered in an era of stability and prosperity that lasted for over 200 years. The empire's borders expanded, reaching their greatest extent under Emperor Trajan. The Pax Romana wasn't merely about territorial expansion, it was also a time of significant cultural and economic development. The arts flourished with poets like Virgil and Ovid making their mark. Infrastructure blossomed with the construction of roads, aqueducts, and buildings. Trade thrived within the empire's expanse, leading to economic prosperity. The Pax Romana was a time of great growth and prosperity for the Roman Empire. A testament to the power of peace, it stands as a shining chapter in the annals of history. Wars, invasions, and instability in the 3rd century fragmented central power. Welcome to what historians call the crisis of the 3rd century, a period of roughly 50 years that nearly saw the Roman Empire's downfall. This era was marked by a ceaseless cycle of short-lived emperors, with over 25 taking the throne, only to be swiftly toppled, often by violent means. The empire was stretched thin, grappling with invasions by Germanic tribes in the north and Persians in the east. Internally, it was riddled with political upheavals, economic downturns, and outbreaks of plague. The silver denarius, once the backbone of the Roman economy, was devalued to the point of being worthless, leading to rampant inflation. Simultaneously, the empire's vast size became its own enemy. With communication lines strained, maintaining control over the distant provinces became increasingly difficult. This crisis was a turning point in the history of the Roman Empire, setting the stage for its eventual division and fall. Diocletian's Tetrarchy split the empire. Constantine, victorious in 312 AD, unified it, moving the capital to Constantinople, which we now know as Istanbul. Now let's delve a bit deeper. The Tetrarchy, a system introduced by Diocletian, divided the empire into 4 parts, each governed by a tetrarch. This was a strategic move to manage the vast territories more effectively. But the Tetrarchy didn't last. After a series of internal conflicts, it was Constantine who emerged victorious. His rule brought a significant shift in the empire's trajectory. Constantine wasn't just a unifier, he was a visionary who recognized the strategic importance of Byzantium. In 330 AD, he moved the capital from Rome to this thriving city, renaming it Constantinople. This move wasn't just about geography, it marked a cultural and political shift, paving the way for the rise of the Byzantine Empire. The reign of Constantine marked a significant change in the Roman Empire. And indeed, it was a change that would reverberate through the annals of history. The Roman Empire divided into the Western and Eastern Roman Empires. The West faced growing pressures. This pivotal shift marked the beginning of the end for the once mighty Roman Empire. The empire that had once conquered vast territories, from the sun-baked sands of Egypt to the misty moors of Britain, was now facing its inevitable downfall. In the late 3rd century, Emperor Diocletian made a pragmatic decision to divide the empire into the Eastern and Western Roman empires. With the empire sprawling over diverse cultures, languages, and terrains, governing it as a single entity was becoming increasingly challenging. The East, with its wealth and strategic location, was relatively stable. The West, however, was a different story. It was plagued by continuous invasions, economic instability, and political corruption. As the Western Roman Empire crumbled under these pressures, it became a shadow of its former glory. The final blow came in the year 476. Odoacer, a Germanic leader, deposed Romulus Augustulus, the last Western Roman emperor. The city that had once been the epicenter of a vast empire was now subject to the rule of a foreign king. This event, often considered symbolic, marked the fall of the Western Roman Empire. But the story of Rome was far from over. While the West fell, the Eastern Roman Empire, also known as the Byzantine Empire, thrived. It carried on the Roman legacy for another 1,000 years, preserving and passing on the Roman contributions to law, politics, architecture, and culture. Yet, the fall of the Western Roman Empire marked the end of an era of unprecedented expansion, cultural development, and political dominance. It signaled the transition from the ancient world to the Middle Ages, a period often referred to as the Dark Ages. But remember, even in darkness there are always glimmers of light, and the legacy of Rome continued to shine, influencing the world as we know it today. The fall of the Western Roman Empire marked the end of an era. Having explored these incredible chapters, what if events had taken different turns? What if Rome had remained a republic, or Caesar had lived longer? Imagine a world where the Roman Empire hadn't fallen. Would we see a different Europe today? Perhaps even a different world? We journeyed from the mythical founding of Rome through the rise and fall of an empire that shaped much of our world today. We've seen great leaders, monumental wars, cultural blossoming, and inevitable decline. The Roman Empire's legacy endures in our politics, military strategy, culture, law, architecture, and science, a testament to its profound influence. Now it's your turn to ponder on these historical intricacies. How do you think different outcomes would have shaped the world? Don't be shy. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your subscription matters as we continue exploring together. Share it with that history-loving friend. Until the next video.